Hello and welcome to Alive with Amanda. Today we're going to be talking about how to transition from group practice owner to CEO. So I've been talking a little bit more lately about being a CEO, and that's really the role that I've embraced. I am embracing it today with this power jacket, right? Doing these videos, I have to cycle through outfits, and I'm always trying to get creative, and I ordered some jackets. So when I start going to networking events again and going to things, I have outfits and I'm like, yes, let me put on my power jacket. Let me feel strong. Let me feel powerful and talk about being a CEO. Cause that's the other thing I have to do. Not only do I have to figure out what I'm going to wear, I also have to figure out what I'm going to talk about. I usually scroll Facebook groups, ask ChatGPT or ask colleagues what I'm going to talk about. And then sometimes I just come up with it off the top of my head. So today is off the top of my head. I think it's an important transition to go from group practice owner, which is a small business owner, to CEO for your company, whether you are a solo practitioner, a small group practice owner, or a large group practice owner, right? I consider myself now to be a large group practice owner. And so I do not operate as a group practice owner. I operate as a CEO. I'm looking at things from a big picture place. I'm looking at things strategically. I'm having high level meetings. I'm doing research about where our industry is going. I'm connecting with other high level executives, CEOs, CFOs, CCOs, et cetera, right? I'm going into spaces where people are like-minded and thinking like me. And again, they might be a solo practitioner, but they're strategic in their thinking. And I think that's a big word to think about and to consider when you're thinking about being a CEO. You no longer get to do things like just hire your friends, right? I used to just hire my friends and then friends of friends. And that's how we built Caring Therapists, right? People, they were colleagues, friends, people I worked with, et cetera, people I supervised. That was the first round of people. And then I reached out to the next round. And now we do this very strategically. We think about who is a brand fit, who is a part of, who's going to live our core values, right? What kind of clinicians do we want to bring on? Do we want to bring on seasoned? Do we want to bring on brand new, or anywhere in between? And if we bring on people that are brand new, strategically, how are we going to train them? How are we going to support them? How are we going to make sure that they're not just thrown to the wolves, right? And so there's a lot of different things that come with being a CEO. But I think the number one takeaway I want you to think about is how to be strategic in your thinking, right? How to be strategic in your planning. For those of you who followed me for a long time, how I got started as a private practice consultant was with business planning. That's what I did with people. I did business planning. I did business planning myself, and then I helped people build business plans. I am still very passionate about that. I think you need a business plan. If you don't already have a business plan, make one. This is something that AI could do now. I'm not going to sell business planning services because you can do that very easily with ChatGPT or some other kind of, platform. And so, but I think you need one. I would go into ChatGPT. I would say, I want to create a strategic business plan for my solo practice, my group practice. I'm actually going to do this just to see what it recommends that I do, even though we have a growth plan, right? So I'm kind of out of the business planning stage. I'm into the growth planning stage, which is fine. And it's sort of the same thing, right? It's where are we going? Where have we been? What do we want to do? It just looks maybe different than a business plan because, again, we've had our business plan for a really long time because I've always had a business plan. But I'm going to put it in, I'm going to ask, and I'm going to see what it recommends. And then I'll see what we're doing and what we're not doing and what I can take and what I can leave, right? So, but if you do an exercise like that, I want you to say, I am the CEO of a mental health company. I have one employee, I have 100 employees. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Help me build out a business plan. You can say, here's a SWOT analysis. So here are the strengths of my company. Here are the weaknesses. Here are some opportunities. Here are some threats. Create 10 business goals for me to work on over the next year. One business goal, 10, 100, whatever it is that you want to do. And so you can really formulate a strong business plan for yourself. It's funny, I didn't plan on talking about business plans, but it just came to me because that is such a big part of being a CEO of your company. I'm going to give you one more tip on how to really embrace that inner CEO. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes, who is at the helm of Brad, who is the CEO of TherapyNotes. He is wonderful. He's a wonderful partner for us at Caring Therapists in My Private Practice Collective. We are a big fan of TherapyNotes because of the direction that TherapyNotes has gone in. They've embraced AI with Therapy Field. They've embraced assessments. They come out with new updates on a regular basis. Today, they came out with an update. And so I know their core values is to stay on the cutting edge of mental health, electronic health records. And that is very helpful for me as a CEO because I know we're going to get the highest quality platform with TherapyNotes for our mental health practices. And that is something I can check off my strategic plan. So highly recommend you check out TherapyNotes, and a shout out to Brad and the team at TherapyNotes. So going back to one thing you can do to really embrace that CEO is to start calling yourself CEO, right? Like that is uncomfortable for me. I have 100 employees, contractors that work for Caring Therapists. 100, I think that is a lot. And when people ask me what I do, I'm like, But when I say I'm the CEO of a mental health company, that feels a little bit weird inside, right? Like I could probably talk about that, but I'm like, I don't know that I fully embrace that. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace it. And I'm going to encourage myself to embrace it so that we can really live our powerful selves as CEOs of our company. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.